Today on Iron Kingdom.
Wow. Golly gee whiz.
Here comes my dad, reaping the souls of the damned.
Hi, mister.
In the world of Andaria, heroes are born and will come together to save everyone.
Good evening and welcome to Iron Kingdom. I'm your host, Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the Audio Dungeon crew. And today's episode is Season 1, Episode 8, Cowards and Imposters. What does that mean? We're going to see as we play. So we have a lot of interesting stories happening right now. We have Archie Fint on his own little adventure. We have Votorius holding it down, Sunken City, Hogard, the Lion Realm, and Abyssia in the Crystal. We also, as you saw last week, we have Relic, who looks like he's taken over in some way or some form the Sunken City. And then we have the angry version of Findalar out there, who is heading towards the Walking Tower to meet Raphael. So I'll say we're not going to see Vinny and Tom's adventure today, but we are going to see the rest of them, and it should be very interesting. I'm very excited. And we're all dressed up right now. I'm just wearing a suit right now. I just look like I'm going out to a night on the town because I'm dressed up. For those you didn't see, I am the front man of Squid Game.
He's a nightlife guy.
Rob is Prosperous Innkeeper. Dan is Casey Jones. Damien is the Blue Bandit. And Brooke didn't wear a costume today. She forgot to wear a costume. It's embarrassing. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, so without further ado, let's get into it. We are going to start with Brooke.
Great. Just because I'm not wearing a costume doesn't mean you can pick on me first.
Entering the realm. This sounds encouraging.
Uh-huh.
Things are peaceful where you are. Okay, so we last left off. You woke up after being chased by demons. You look around and you sit up, and in front of you is the face of Thistle. And you're in the area that you saw last time when you had engaged, quote unquote, where you saw Hinsho, this, sorry, you don't know his name. You saw the wolf, and you saw the dilapidated building. So you awake there now. You look at Thistle. Thistle looks at you, and as quickly as he's there, he disappears.
No!
In the distance, you can hear that wolf. Making his way around the forest. Somewhere near you. The horizons, when you look around, is basically just goes into nothing, into darkness. It's hard to explain. You're not sure where Thistle is, but you know that he's not with you anymore. You check yourself, you're physical. You're not ethereal. You have all your items on you, your weapons, and everything. What do you want to do?
I hear him, but I don't see him yet, right?
You hear the wolf.
Okay. I go to I'm near the building still, kind of?
Yeah, you're probably within about 100 feet. 500 stars from Joshua. Reroll for Brooke.
Whoa, thank you, Joshua.
Charles Morrison, I give my Patreon reroll to Dan tonight.
All right. Thank
you,
you.
Josh.
Who's that from, Charles?
Awesome.
Charles.
Charles. Thank you, Charles.
It's gonna be hard for me to DM you when you're wearing a mask.
I feel like I'm looking at myself, and obviously I'm not being very expressive. So I feel like I have to like push myself to be more expressive with my voice, because that's the only form of expression I have.
It's difficult, yeah. It's weird. Okay, Brooke, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go and like try to go up against the side of the house, just like to kind of like take cover or something, or just to get some kind of cover while I try to look for where the wolf is.
Okay, so you walk around. You walk near the house.
Yeah.
You don't see the wolf. You still hear him. The house looks like it's abandoned, or left behind. You're not really sure.
Okay. I fly up to the roof.
You fly up to the roof. Okay.
Yeah. And I try to see if I could see where the wolf is from there.
Okay, you fly up to the roof. Look around. Roll a perception check.
A 12.
A 12. You look around, and you don't see him anywhere.
Okay. I call him.
Do it. If you think that's smart.
Do it.
Do it. Well, does it sound like it's coming to me?
I did not say that. It does not sound like that. You only
Doesn't.
hear him in a distance.
Okay.
Richard Wild, Ori Dungeon, my Patreon reroll goes to Brooke.
Whoa, thank you, Richard!
That means that they're most scared for you.
I was gonna say, that means I'm gonna really need it.
You're gonna need it.
Thank you, guys. Okay, fudge. Alright, so can I fly up higher than the roof? I like go even higher?
Yeah, you fly up higher.
I'm not gonna call him right now.
Okay.
I can't really whistle well anyway.
As you fly up higher,
Yeah.
you hear a voice.
Okay.
Well, well, well. The Red Angel. So now
Yes.
you are trapped with me.
Is this Dragano? Do I know who it is, or is it?
His voice sounds familiar like Dragano, but you could tell it's the wolf.
Okay. Trapped with you.
I have feasted upon your halfling friend. And now I will feast upon the angel.
There will be no feast tonight. Can I see him, or just hear him?
You see him in the distance. Coming closer to the building.
Okay.
He seems to be like
Got it.
stalking, like walking slowly.
How close is he to me right now?
He's far away because you're flying up in the air. He seems
Right.
almost bigger than when you saw him last time. He's on all fours, but even on all fours, he seems to be probably about 15 feet high.
Okay.
Why don't you come down? Join me.
You're not really my cup of tea. I take 3 of my arrows and I fire them at him.
Okay, roll.
19.
Okay, you
I
fire.
roll, wait, let me roll 3, right? Because I'm shooting 3.
No, you only roll once. You have to roll your attack, and then you would tap agility for your extra attacks.
Okay.
So you just minus your agility points off for your weapon speed.
To add my agility? I'm sorry.
You minus your points off for your agility. Like the system, it's the same system we've always used.
Okay.
And that's it.
I see what you're saying.
Speed.
Then a 25.
Okay. So you fire your three attacks.
Yeah.
You fire down, and you see one of them hits him, and 2 miss. You're unsure if it hurt him. Kind of just lands into his body.
He has no physical reaction that I see. I'm unsure.
No.
Okay. I stay hovering.
Okay, you stay hovered in the air.
Mm-hmm.
You're waiting for him. He seems to be just like walking slower and more paced, but still towards the house. When he gets in front of the house, he kind of stands there and looks up at you.
Okay. And I take my arrows again, 3 of them, and I shoot them at his head.
Roll.
17.
Okay, you fire an arrow down. This time you land all 3 arrows into his body.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't seem to be hurting him. Or at least he's not showing it.
Okay. I say to him, "Who are you, wolf?"
I am Hinsho, guardian of Andaria.
Guardian. That's funny.
You mock me.
I mock what you just said. It's kind of ironic, don't you think? Guardian, here you are destroying her.
Andaria is gone. But I have a duty to make sure souls do not fall into oblivion. So if they fall into Dragano, it is better than to fall into nothing.
Why? Says who?
Says Dragano. And says me.
course. Well, I think you need a new name, puppy, because you're not a guardian of Andaria. You're a henchman for Dragano. You're his lapdog.
I am no henchman. I protect the outer rim of Dragano's realm. A realm that you have just breached.
At least that sounds more accurate. And what happens to these souls?
They will live with Dragano as they did with Andaria.
Seems like they'd be tortured souls.
Why don't you
that
come
right?
down and let us speak face to face?
I can see your face.
I have all of time. How much time do you have?
The same, I guess. If I'm here with you, what does that mean for me?
You see him all of a sudden like look back, like he heard something, and just darts off.
Good sign.
When he leaves, the area becomes less dark and more of like dusk.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Can I see anything in the distance? Like, do I see anything through the trees, or is it just all like forest? Or
You see forest in the outskirts, but then it just goes into black.
okay. Do I look above me? What does it look like above me?
above you, it looks like it goes into darkness in the outskirts, but near the horizon, it looks like it's dusk.
Okay, so I'll fly towards where the light is.
Okay.
In that direction.
You fly to where the light is. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You fly for a few minutes,
Uh-huh.
and basically you're flying over just dark forest. Nothing discernible, no location you're passing. You're kind of just flying over the forest.
Okay. I go back towards the house.
Okay. You go to back to the house.
Yeah. I want to go into the house. I want to see what there was in there. Can I go search the house?
Okay. You will go down into the house. You walk through the door, and all of a sudden, you're a child. And you're a kid in your own house with your father who's cooking right now, and all your siblings are playing around the room.
Okay. Outside looks normal.
You turn around, look outside, and it looks very normal, yeah. Looks like your home you grew up in. Abyssia, come. Time to eat. Abyssia.
Coming, Father.
Tim Shank's Patreon roll goes to Casey Jones. Dan.
All right. Tim, thank you.
I sit at the table. I look around. I'm a little girl again, you said, right?
You are a little girl, yeah.
Okay. I say, oh, Father, I forgot something. I'll be right back. And I run outside. I run back out the front door.
Okay, you run out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, run out the door into the forest.
It's normal?
Seems normal. What town did you grow up in?
Huh?
What
Ravensclaw.
town did you grow up in? Okay, so you're on the outskirts of Ravensclaw. It was Forestport then.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in... your house is probably about like a couple hundred feet from the water. And your father built a small dock out there. He goes fishing for the day. And there's definitely periods of like 2 or 3 days where he goes away and he goes fishing, crabbing, or whatever he's doing, taking a job, and he comes back home. And often that you are in charge of your siblings, even though you're young. So you run out to the forest. You could run towards the water. You could run deeper into the forest. You could run towards the path that would bring you to the main road.
I don't have anything on me, right? I'm a child.
No.
I go back inside.
Okay, you walk back inside. Your father's standing there. Abyssia, what are you doing? I called you several times.
I hug him.
He hugs you. Come
I
on.
hug him really tight.
He picks you up and he brings you to the dinner table. You see your siblings are already sitting down. He puts you down in one of the chairs.
Thank you, Father.
Okay, everyone, eat up. Don't forget that I'll be gone tomorrow. Your sister will be in charge. Make sure you listen to her. Everybody starts eating.
I touch the food, see if it's like real. I taste it.
Everything seems real.
But I know that this isn't real. Like, I'm aware, right?
Why is it not
But
real?
I've changed.
And why would you know that?
No, I'm asking, am I aware that, like, this is, like, that I was just taken back, or do I have no memory of what just happened?
No, you remember. This feels as real as the last thing did.
I'm just not trusting anything. But I'm happy to be there. Oh, man. Father, where are you going tomorrow?
So we'll be setting out and going into. First, we'll be hitting the port in Arlight, and then we'll probably head up to White Harbor after that, and then back down to Forestport. Should be about 3 days. It's the usual route.
Okay. It's good to see you, Dad.
Good to see you. Don't worry, I won't be gone for long. You better be keeping up with your studies. I'll be talking to your teacher.
I keep like saying in my head, this isn't real, this isn't real. I'm reminding myself that this is just an illusion.
Okay, you say to yourself that this is just an illusion.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the everything shifts, and you're sitting outside, right outside the house, around a fire that your father's built, and one of your siblings is there sleeping, and he's holding him. Your little sister, and the others are inside in bed. Ugh, cold tonight. Abyssia, what's wrong? You've been distant all day.
I'm sorry, it's very good to see you all, but this just isn't real.
What's not
I wish
real?
it were, believe me, I wish it were. Get out of my mind. Get out. Get out. I know this is you. I know this is you. I just keep saying, reminding myself that it's Shigano or Hensho that keeps, it's one of them that keeps playing with my mind. I won't fall for these tricks.
Abyssia, what's wrong? What tricks? What are you talking about?
It's nothing for you to worry about, dear brother. Enjoy the fire.
Dear brother.
Did you say it was my brother?
No, you're there with your father.
Oh, I thought you said my brother was there holding my sibling.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
said
father's there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I can't do this with you. I get up, I start to walk away from the fire.
You start to walk away, and your father stands up, and you see him kind of like daze a little bit, kind of like falter in step.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you, and it's almost like it looks like he's a bit more awake or aware. And he looks at you and he says, Abyssia, out there is the dream. This is real life. You've got it all backwards. Everything disappears, and you appear back where that dilapidated building is in the forest as yourself. Okay, we're going to leave you there for now. We're going to go over to Hogar.
Yes.
Hogar, you are hanging out with your new friend, Rantor.
Rantor.
And Rantor...
Flinster took off, correct?
You don't know because you're inside. You've been
Oh, but
inside.
he didn't come in with me, so...
No.
If I'm inside, he's still... Either still outside or he left. I don't know, right?
You have no idea where they are. If they left, they stayed. You're not
He
sure.
left. He didn't say goodbye.
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
I'm here with Rantor and Lucky.
Correct.
Okay.
So Rantor turns to you, and he told you before that he had a vision. And he turns to you and he says the following. Are you listening?
Yes.
The vision will leave my mind once I speak it out loud. I will not remember after I say it. You will travel to the Red Desert. There, you will witness the death of one kingdom and the birth of another. In that time, the world will change around you. Many will anchor to you for support. You will be the guardian of the Red Desert, a true ranger, blessed by Andaria. You will do this until the last sun returns, until the lost sun returns. You will do this until the lost sun returns. You seem to kind of shake off things. I hope your vision was a good one. Lord Hicks goes as Tony dresses a roadie for Halloween. I am now dressed as a roadie. Before I was dressed as frontman from Squid Game, but it's hard to DM in that. So Milk was a bad choice. It was a bad choice. Okay, so he just looks at you. What do you think your next step should be, Hogar?
Well, it seems like my next step should be to travel to the Red Desert.
So be it.
Do you have any idea how long I'll be there for?
I believe it will be for some time. But the more seconds pass, the more I forget. It's like waking up from a dream.
Do you know who the lost son is?
I do not know.
Will I be there for years? Decades? Forever?
It is possible. But as it begins, it will end. And the next phase will begin.
And what will I do after the lost son returns? Will I receive further instruction from you then? Should I come back to you?
I do not know. But always your goal must be to focus on protecting and saving Andaria. On that path, you will have no questions.
Okay. Will Lucky come with me?
If he is willing.
Lucky? When do I begin?
Whenever you turn and leave, your adventure will begin.
Will I ever see you again?
I'm not sure. But if you come back here, you will find me. At least until the end.
Rantor, how long have you been doing this for?
I have been a guardian for
Almost 1,000 years.
1,000 years. How many times have you done this? How many times have you saved Andaria from destruction, from danger?
The quest was always to help prepare for this. Now it is here. I thought it would be my fight, but my role was to safeguard the wisdom of other guardians and to help them as I'm helping you. I fear that you will be the one who has to fight.
Fight Dragano?
Perhaps.
I have fought Dragano. I thought that was the end of it. I'm willing to accept your quest. To accept this responsibility to protect Andaria. But when you tell me that this is it, this is what everything has been building toward, and this is the sole reason that you've been protecting Andaria all these years, I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this. I thought the job was done. I died to protect Andaria. I died to kill Dragano. How do we know that this is it?
Hogar, what is life to you?
Well, that's a good question now.
Let's roleplay this without the mask.
Remove your mask, Hogar. Let me see what's inside.
One last time.
Nothing can stop that now.
Okay. Where were we?
We'll say he looks at your mask. We'll play it as his in-game.
Okay.
You before.
So we're actually going to say in-game, he asks you to take the helm off. There you go.
What's underneath?
Take it off and find out.
Okay.
Okay, so you take the mask off.
Are you still alive?
Yes, I can still see you.
Can you have imagined such an existence before this? As a giant folk? Taking
No.
your head off and still existing?
No.
What is your true existence then? If not your very head? Is it the crystal inside?
I assume it's who I am.
You
My-
are crystal?
My essence, my soul, whatever it is that's inhabiting the crystal.
But what is a soul? Is it just a word that you say? But what is it?
It's who I am. It's what I am. It's the only part of me that, I guess you could say, survived after I was killed. It lived on in the ego realm while the ego realm was still around.
Yes.
And now it's the only part of me that inhabits this.
It's the only important part of you. Your essence is who you are. Death, life. These things are not important. We are all smaller parts of a larger thing. We are light. We are consciousness. We are thought.
What?
And we are those things translated to our true mother, this world, Endaria. Her heart beats with a frequency that keeps us in life, in motion. You died, you lived again. These things do not matter. And what we did in the past leads us to today. And it will lead you to tomorrow. And perhaps to greater things that you cannot see. Leave the past behind.
That's something that I'm still learning how to do.
When you learn it, and when you accept it, that is when you truly will be a guardian of Endaria. Do not be so quick to leave the forest realm. Perhaps you should visit for friends before you go.
Flinster.
Oh, is Flinster one of your friends?
It's a very good friend of mine.
Well, good.
And Alduran.
Who's Eldoran? Do you mean
Alduran?
Aldoran?
Yes.
Perhaps spend a little time with them before you go.
I will. Is there anything more you have to tell me? Or to give me before I go?
I do have things I could tell you, but I do not believe you are ready to hear them.
Will I be able to talk to you after I leave the forest?
It is possible.
Well, how do I do that?
It depends on the abilities. It depends on what you believe.
Okay. And what about Hincho and Palin? Will I find them?
Palin is missing.
Should I look for him?
You could if you believe it is part of your journey. Follow your heart, and wherever it leads, that is the right way. Do not worry about the pressure of being a guardian of Endaria. You are and will be and will become. It's all the same. It's all at the same time. You always were and you will be. All at the same moment. There's no need to pressure yourself.
This is a big job I have in front of me.
Yes. And you will face great darkness, I believe. Greater than I've ever faced.
Well, that doesn't scare me. Thank you, Rantor.
Yes. It is my purpose.
He goes back into his shell.
I hope to see you again.
Yes, you will.
Come on, Lucky.
Okay, you make your way out of the pit. It's kind of difficult to get out. You make your way back outside, and you see Flinster and Aldoran are sitting there. Aldoran's sitting in a tree, and Flinster's, he's like peeling an onion.
Flinster.
Oh, hey. How did it go?
It went very well. I am a guardian of the forest.
Yay! You did it.
Thank you.
So now what?
I don't know. Eventually I have to leave and travel to the Red Desert. But Rantor told me I should stay here for a while and spend some time with you guys.
Oh, great.
I'm glad you're happy about that, Flinster.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Maybe you can teach me a thing or two while I'm here.
Right, I can teach you how to be a rabbit.
Okay. Eldoran,
Okay, rule number 1. We don't eat rabbits.
don't eat rabbits.
And that's all I got.
Well, I don't eat, so that should be an easy rule to follow.
That's good rule too. Yeah?
Excellent.
Aldoran flies down.
So it went well. Yes?
Yes.
Come. We will make our way back. We have a dinner reservation with the farmer.
Ah. Thank you for taking me here, Eldoran.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yes.
You guys walk back, make the journey all the way back, and you arrive at Super Farmer's, his farm.
Super farmers?
Well, 'cause he's calling himself another name right now.
Okay.
So he sees you again. His wife is there. The wife actually approached you first. And she walks up. Well, Hogar, yes?
Yes.
It is good to see you.
It's very nice to meet you.
My name is Felicity, by the way.
Felicity.
Yes,
Very nice to meet you.
yes. My husband, he's coming over right now, but he's kind of going through a thing. He's trying to find his new name. So he's kind of settled on... It tore him down. He chatted Jonathan. He was very excited about it. And you didn't like it, so now he's going with Johnlin.
Johnlin.
Yes. I think he's going through something. He's trying to, reestablish himself. So
Is he okay?
he's been through a lot.
He's been through a lot lately or throughout his whole life?
Both.
What has he been going through lately?
Not sleeping well.
Do you know why?
I think he's tortured from the past.
We fought together, John Lynn and I. Sir, your husband is a very brave man.
I know. Come. You'll join us. I know you can't eat, but we would enjoy your company.
Thank you very much. I'd like to help you and your husband any way I can.
Of course. She walks over. Some kids come over, and the kids immediately start saying hi to you, like hanging on you. Brooke, want to play a Super Farmer's daughter, Eva.
Okay, how old is she? Like big kid?
She's like 8, and Elian is 6. Rob.
Okay. We've never seen Hogar before. Or have we?
You saw him from afar, but you didn't get to meet him. This is your favorite kind of moment right now. I hope you're gonna enjoy it.
It is.
Remember
Yeah, Rob loves kids.
Oh,
Rob loves the low pressure.
just low pressure. Like fun,
easy
like
role play.
just easy role play. Oh wow, it's a big robot man.
Wait! I did not say he was Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy! Oh, hey, everybody! Hi! Hi, Elliot! Where? Oh, Doodles! We got a real robot!
He's trying to play a
Okay,
6-year-old.
okay, everyone-
so come on, give him a break.
Go ahead. Everyone is Mickey. Go ahead. Go.
Hi! Oh boy! Oh yeah! This is great! What a great group! Okay!
I was doing a serious voice of a child. So let's get serious again.
Wow!
Let's get serious.
Let's get serious so I can play this 6-year-old character. Here we go.
Serious?
Gosh, sis, look at the big robot!
Wow. Golly gee whiz.
Here comes my dad, reaping the souls of the damned!
Hi, mister.
Gee, you're tall.
You sure are big.
Okay. So everyone's just laughing. Cue the copyright infringement, says Garrett. Absolutely. We've broken a week. Okay, so both children run up, and they're very excited to see you, and they immediately just want to hang on you. Role play.
Oh,
Wow.
look
You're
at
the
this.
biggest guy I've ever seen.
Oh, and what's your name?
I'm Alien.
Elion. And your name? little girl.
Eva, what's her name? Eva.
She forgets sometimes.
Sorry,
Eva.
Eva.
Eva, did you hit your
Eva.
head, Eva?
You're really big.
I picked them both up and put them on either shoulder.
Whoa! Look at this.
Don't move around too much. I got you both.
I feel like a bird.
Woo! I spin around in circles.
Okay.
Oh, I hold on for dear life.
They bring you to a table that's outside, and you see they're having like a stew, and they set up everybody. Aldoran and Flint's are catching up. They're walking up. He goes, "Oh, hey, everybody! Eva, yay!" And he jumps around with Eva. It's like having a stuffed animal, but real.
Yeah. I squeeze him so tight.
I walk up to Felicity
Okay.
and I say, your stew. Do you use any types of spices in your stew?
I
Any
do.
herbs?
I do.
Oh, what types do you use?
I use turmeric,
Hmm?
thyme,
Yes.
a little forest root, and a little salt.
Excellent.
And love, Mom. Don't forget love.
Yes, and love, Eva.
That's the secret ingredient.
That's a wonderful stew. I would enjoy it in my corporeal days.
Ah, yes. Well, when your corporeal days begin again, you come back, and I'll feed you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Super Farmer comes over. He sits down. He gives you the good journey handshake.
Yes. John Lynn.
He looks at his wife. Ah, yes. How do you like that name?
I love it.
Very good.
It's very regal sounding.
Yes, I
Fits
like
you
it.
perfectly.
I believe so as well. Have a seat. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
So,
Sorry, nothing. Keep going.
like you're welcome at the table.
What? No, it's not that at all. Just keep going.
What's happening?
I think Rob doesn't like his name.
John Lynn's a great name.
Do you have a...
Yep, please go on there. He wants to go as John now.
Stay in it, Rob. Stay in it.
Elion, do you not like
Do you
your
have do you,
father's
do you have
name?
another kid voice that's not Mickey Mouse and a woman?
He has Anthony Hopkins' voice.
Go.
That's his other
do,
voice.
do a halfling voice.
My dad wants to be Johnlin now.
There you go.
That's better.
That's one we all can deal with.
Do you not like the name John Lynn, Elion?
No,
Why not?
it lacks gravitas.
Lacks gravitas. Okay. How about this for gravitas?
Gravitas is his word of the week.
Okay. How about this for gravitas? John Lynn saves the world. Now how much gravitas does it have?
That has a lot of gravy to it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's
If everyone
use,
else likes it, then fine.
let's use a little imagination here, Elion.
Does it have to have Lynn in the title? In Lynn.
John Lynn. It's very strong. Your name is very strong too. Elion.
That's a name. Elian, Trevian. Why not a name like that?
Trevian's available.
Trevi's available. Are some names unavailable?
It's a couple.
You guys start eating your meal. It goes on. You're just hanging out, talking. Again, this is one of those episodes where I say to you, "This is weird for you," because besides, it's not weird that you're sitting with an owl, a rabbit, a
Yeah.
super farmer and his family.
Yeah, that's not the weird
I've
part.
become accustomed to all that.
The weird part is you're sitting down and having a good meal.
Well,
That is rare.
But not really.
right.
Rare.
But no,
I'm not.
you're in
I'm
the
experiencing the meal,
Right.
mealtime
mealtime.
Social-
frivolities.
Socialness.
So everyone kind of hangs out. You play with the kids a little bit. After it, Aldoran and Flinster, and the wife starts helping out. sewer farmer. John Lynn starts, he starts getting up and he helps clean up, and he eventually sits down and talks to you.
So, how are you feeling?
Good. Doing-
That's not what Felicity told me before. She's concerned about you.
Well, I've been through a lot. You've been through a lot too.
Yeah. Is it our fight with Dragano? Or is it something else?
It's everything. It's everything. We've come from a different world, and now we live in this one. My family perished, but because of the light traveling from there to here and taken in by Dragano, a terribly evil and powerful act, they were brought here. Then we stopped Dragano, and now they're here sitting next to me. It's too much.
Do you feel as if this wonderful thing has happened to you? Your family has returned to you after something so terrible happened?
If I'm being honest, I feel like none of this is real. And I've seen much in my day. You have seen much. You and I fought together and side by side. You as Evenho.
Evenho? Who was Evenho?
That was you in another lifetime, before this one.
How do you know this?
I fought with you. For a time, I fought against you.
Why don't I remember?
Our minds are the victims of greater beings than us.
Have you seen anything to make you believe that your family isn't real? Any type of inconsistencies, or
I believe none of this is real.
is that just what you feel, or is it something that you've observed?
It's a gut feeling. Do you recall when the sky turned purple?
Yeah. Wait, this time or the last time?
This time.
It was kind of during the time where I was entering this suit.
People went through the madness. I don't think the world survived the madness.
What do you mean?
I don't think the world survived the madness. I don't think any of this is still real.
Where do you think we are?
Someplace after.
You believe we're not on Andaria?
It is hard to explain. If you died, you witnessed an afterlife of some sort.
Yeah.
As a ethereal being, energy, and such. I don't understand any of it, but this doesn't feel real to me. My family is sitting next to me. Did they come to me or did I go to them? You're here.
Yeah.
You say you woke up in this form.
Yeah.
Did you actually leave? If Dragano took over, enveloped the world, and replaced Andaria,
That happened when I wasn't here.
unless the world came to you.
So if I was already somewhere else, let's say maybe in the ego realm, you think that maybe Andaria entered the ego realm?
The realm of Andaria, as I understand it, is her consciousness, her thought. It is her. It is hard for us to understand because apparently of the worlds is a being that we can't grasp. I think Dragano took that. He took it over. Replaced her.
And created a world of his own.
Yes. As if his... I use the consciousness word because I feel like that fits it perfectly. We were within her consciousness, now we're within his. Is this world real? He slaps the table. I can touch it.
In the same way we could touch Andaria's world.
I have the feeling that we lost. So I'm happy to see you, that you're here. And it gives me some sort of hope that you're on a journey to become guardian of the forest, guardian of this realm. But I am wondering if you're guarding a realm that is already gone. You see, when the lion bestowed upon me the ability and powers to become this archangel. Don't forget he has wings now. The light that he had inside him, some of it went to me. I feel I am aware of more than I would be without it. So I feel a duality.
I just spoke to Rantor. He sent me on a vision quest. And he told me that I'm now a guardian of the forest. And he said, above all else, I must always protect and save Andaria.
Yes.
But if you're saying that the realm that we're in now might not be Andaria's consciousness, but Drogano's consciousness, is it possible that I'm being sent on a journey to protect Drogano's world and not Andaria's?
I think it's different than that.
What do you mean?
Again, these thoughts I have, they are because of what I went through with the lion and what he bestowed upon me. So it is difficult for me to grasp. But from my limited understanding of the afterlife, we might punish ourselves, we might reward ourselves, or we might think that we are in some sort of limbo waiting for whatever. Do you feel that everyone around you is exhibiting one of those signs? Look, this feels like heaven to me. My family is here. We're just having dinner. Everything's fine. Yes, the world seems dark and defeated, but in this small part of it, everything seems fine. Look at you. You are on probably the quest you've always hoped for. You're becoming guardian. Well, I can't imagine something more appropriate than a ranger becoming a guardian of the very world. Doesn't it seem that you're walking in your own narrative?
Yeah.
And I don't know where your friends are, what they're going through. But none of this to me seems real.
If I could remember what happened to me after I died, I think that would answer a lot of our questions.
I wish I knew the answer to that.
So what do you plan on doing? Staying here? With your family?
Yes, if this is an illusion, it is my illusion. Part of me feels like I should almost wake up. But the other part of me...
Wants to stay asleep.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of how I feel. I can't remember anything about from when I was in the ego realm. But it's almost like...
Fragments.
Yeah. It's almost like when you're asleep and you wake up, and you know that you are having a really great dream. But now that you've woken up, you feel like you're missing out on that dream. I don't know what's real.
I'm not sure either. I don't know what we can do about it either. If it's true. If we lost, and Dragana has this world, and we are destined to exist in his consciousness, or however that works. I don't know. What do I do? Give away the last thing I have?
Yeah. Rantor also told me that I have to stay in the Red Desert and be its guardian until the lost sun returns. Does that mean anything to you?
So you must go through a period of suffering before you can be what you want to be. Does that sound like something you might put yourself through in the past?
Yeah. Who is the lost son?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to stay here for a while longer.
Good. I have an extra room. Why don't you stay here?
Thank you. And then soon I'll begin my journey to the Red Desert. I think I'll be there for a very, very long time.
I feel you should stay there as long as you think you need to stay there.
If I find anything significant, something that clues me in as to the reality around us, how can I get word back to you?
Well, besides magical means, or sending a raven, or message by ship, I do have other abilities that has been bestowed upon me. So if you need me, find a way to focus yourself and try to reach out and speak to me.
Okay. I never considered what you just told me, and I think it's very, very important for all of us moving forward to question reality and to try to figure out what is real and what's not.
Look at us, old veterans, talking about things we don't understand.
We never understood much to begin with, did we?
No.
Nothing's changed.
Come.
Even though everything's changed.
He slaps you on the back, metal back. Let's go play with the children.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to go over to Sunken City. The first thing we're going to go over to right now is Botorius. Botorius, you're in Smithy's Tavern, as you often are, and some time has passed, so we're now moving a bit forward. We're gonna move forward by a few weeks.
Okay. So I'm healed up and everything.
Yes, you're healed.
Finally got that rest.
Finally got that rest you've been meaning to get.
Man.
Bludgy has been hanging out, and he's eating and drinking like that. He seems to have some money. You don't know where he got it from, but he got some money. You come in one day, and on the way out, you see Bludgy carrying some food. And he gives you like a look. You used to were like, obviously, at complete odds and ends, but you've kind of just like it's whatever. He's a paying customer now.
Right, he's a paying customer.
Right.
I'm
So you
okay with that.
You don't even nod to each other. He just like looks at you, which is like the blank look is
Right.
kind of like the best you've been
That's
at.
where we're at. Neutral.
So he's carrying food, which is weird.
Right. Out.
Yes. So he's carrying food and he walks south into the center of town. You walk in, you see Linda's there. Linda's cleaned up. Hey, boss.
Linda, how's it going?
Good.
So, what is he taking his meal to go? Did he eat already?
I was gonna take it down to the vault, but he said he wanted to do it for me. So I let him do it.
Oh,
I hate going in there.
he's taking it down to the vault.
Yeah, for Bellaman. I gotta do it in there every day and talk to those big machines.
I know. I understand. But you're doing a great job. Thank you for everything.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to see Bellman. All right.
1,000 stars. Scro, you've been so patient. Have 2 rerolls. Garrett.
Whoa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Garrett.
Appreciate it.
Garrett.
We
That is awesome.
We appreciate donations, guys. We love it. Thank you.
Put those to good use.
Okay. That's gonna make a whole joke.
I will hold them till the proper time.
Yes. Okay, so she's just working up, cleaning up. People are eating like that. It's a weird time. Like it's the
I was
yeah.
going to ask you. All right, go for it.
So they're not you're not like occupied by them, but like
Okay.
it feels like you are. But it's like being a part of the friendliest occupation it's ever been around. But it's not friendly in like they're courteous to you. It's friendly in like no one is imposing anything on you. They're just hanging around. They're everywhere. You know,
Crystalborn.
Yeah, the
Just
Crystalborn are there.
everywhere.
And you haven't seen. You know that apparently whatever Relic's been doing, the one that's in charge, he's just been busy. And you believe now that he's in some sort of he's gone down to Anwar to speak with them.
Are they? Do they seem like independent of each other at this point? Excuse me.
Crystalborn?
Yeah.
Crystalborn are all periods, all different levels of being like awake,
Okay.
in a sense. Some just like almost automaton.
Okay.
Some of them are very sentient. There's all levels in between.
Okay.
Rono is the one that kind of keeps look on everything when Relic is gone, and you constantly see him. And it's almost like he tries to be polite to everybody, but his politeness always comes off kind of like Flinster and Hogarth's relationship. It just comes off always like, good day.
Right. It's a
Just like,
little strained.
yeah, it's just like it's anything he says is forceful. He can't say anything nice because it just doesn't come out nice, even when it's intended to probably be nice.
Right.
You know, it's just weird.
Okay.
So you probably, I'm not gonna tell you how you feel, but I'll tell you that because of your place in life as a hero, you kind of feel like that you're being looked for support. You feel that amongst the other citizens around. And something like they're trying to live a normal life, and they see you, and Smithy's has become like, they come
Right.
to it, and they see like, okay, yeah, he's here. It's like, at least he's here.
Right. I'm trying to keep a sense of normalcy.
Right.
To a point and make people feel comfortable that
Right.
come in, and especially the townsfolk. You know, that's why I'm there for them.
So Volt is around, and Volt has been one of those kind of icons too. When they see some members of the exchange, they feel the same way too. Jinty is obviously still running things. It's weird. People are always conversing and talking about the fact that Arky is in Rhaegar, and they wonder what's happening to him. And they're all confused about what happened, and there's mixed feelings about what happened, and there's feelings from like, well, is he coming back, or is he going to go on trial? What's going to happen? A lot of questions. Ultimately they'd rather have him back, but they also have questions about what went down, and they're confused if they were being taken over by Bellaman or not. He's still in jail, and it's almost like the fact that Bellaman is still there and in the vault is kind of like keeping a wound open in the center of the city.
Right. Right.
So that's kind of the feeling of everything.
Does Botorius know, like, exactly, like, how Arky was sent as far as that sort of last transaction between, you know...
You heard
like,
of yes.
Like,
So
do I know? Yeah, all right.
All
So I
intents and
basically
purposes,
know.
you heard about it from
Right.
everybody else
Right.
about what happened, so you kind of know
Right.
exactly what went down.
Okay.
Relic told you. You heard from other guards like that, so you know.
What, Rob?
No, don't say anything because you're not there. You're not there. Rob's got a lot to say right now. Save it for dungeon talk.
Okay.
You'll have your moment. You actually probably has very valid things what to say, but this
I'm
is
sure he does.
This
yes,
is,
I'm sure.
This
You're
is
right.
this is what people would say when you're not around, and they're
This is it.
confused. And
Yeah,
this is
just,
what happens
you know.
in the void. So we're gonna do a scene backwards now, in a sense.
Oh boy.
So time passes. oh boy.
Oh, boy.
I hate backwards. Oh boy. A day passes, and Bludgy's there. And Bludgy's sitting there. He's looking out the window, and he's like deep in thought. And he's got the key that he's been holding on to, and he's swirling the key in his hand. He's looking out. He's got his feet up. He's just staring out. And she brings him some food. You gonna go down again for me? What? You gonna go down and bring the food to the vault? Oh yeah. I'll do it for you. No problem. He looks out the window. You come in. You see him sitting there. No encouragement. You can ignore him, talk to him, or do other things. Would you like to do anything?
He's there with the key.
He seems lost in thought. For him, which is a little bit.
Right.
Last time you saw him like that was when he was disappearing.
Okay. Hey, Bludgy. How's your prisoner doing?
Oh, hey. He's doing good.
All right.
What do you think about all these walking suits around here?
Well. I have mixed feelings. I have many thoughts, many feelings. I mean, there's certainly a lot of them. And, if properly organized, they can be quite the force to be reckoned with. Can feel a little intimidating. I'm concerned about the citizens, city.
Yeah, me too.
And this relic fellow, it seemed like he had a good intention, but you never know with these things. What his next step might be, or his
Yeah, good. Of course.
concerns.
Oh, by the way, thank you for giving my old room upstairs. Appreciate that. No, you didn't have to do that, but it's a good price. I'll pay it.
Anytime.
Listen, I know me and you don't see eye to eye very much,
Mm-hmm.
but like you want Augie back, of course, right?
Of course.
So,
Have you heard anything?
well, what would you say if excuse me. Excuse me.
Pardon me.
These prosperous innkeepers wax over here.
Or nosy bunch.
trying to get their nose in everyone else's business. What would you say to a little? I need a little help in a kidnapping I'm trying to run.
Oh, really?
I feel like that you could be very helpful in that.
Oh, really? Really? You kidnapping and you come to me? Really?
Yes, well,
Really? What? You gonna kidnap Arky? Is that what you?
Well, no, I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, that's not. But that's not the first part of it. Listen, what if we? I got this key here, and
I
got
don't like where this is going.
hey, hear me out. We got Bellarmine inside, and I can get a pretty penny with Bellarmine to get him out
sure.
back to Just listen.
Bellarmine's always promising this and that and the other thing.
If we get him to Rhaegar, I don't think he's gonna. My gut feeling tells me he's not gonna hold up his end of the deal. But I'll probably get the money out of him. But I don't think he'll give up Arky for it. So what if we have a deal? You help me get Bellarmine out of Sunken City. We go to Rhaegar, and I'll help you get Arky out. We bring him back. And I'll give you a piece of the money if you want it.
No. No.
Why no?
Because.
What are you about to describe with your hands right there?
Because
I can't wait to
breaking
see.
another prisoner out of the vault is not what I want to do. Okay?
Right,
It's not my place.
Right. This is just a hypothetical.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm just-
hypothetical
I'm
or
just
otherwise.
I'm just spitting off the top of
Listen,
my...
I can understand. Listen.
Linda sits down.
Listen.
So are we doing it? Oh yeah,
He's got you in on this, Linda,
I might have
too?
already asked Linda. And she's already...
She's in.
She might be in ready.
Listen. I can.
Am I
can-
late for the party?
I can. Oh, nuts.
Is it, I am the lovely Loot, everyone. I'll be performing here later tonight, but don't worry, please, no autographs right now. I have a quick little conversation I need to have. No, please, please. Thank you. Sit down. No, of course. Thank you. Thank you. So how's it going? I don't really think he's going to be in on it, to tell you the truth.
I can understand it from your point of view. I could see how you might think this is a good idea.
I'll
It
figure
could be a lucrative
I'm thinking
deal.
everybody.
I can get it. I understand.
I get to make a
okay?
little money. We get to free the right people, put them back in the right places. Works out for everybody.
Well, I disagree with that. However, I understand your point of view. But this is not for me. This is not something
Voltorius,
I want to be involved with.
I'm very shocked at you.
Well,
This is your friend.
yes, of course I want to get Arky back. Of course. But we've got to do it the right way. This is no good. This is not a plan.
Voltorius,
No.
if I may.
Sorry.
If I may speak, I have known you for a bit of a time and traveled with you, and I traveled much to try to chase all of you when I was working for the Queen. In the last weeks, I have apparently come back from the void, or wherever I was, and I had to come to terms with what's going on. But I feel like that through all of that, the only thing we have is each other. Whatever perspective you might think about it, your friend is rotting away in a cell.
I understand.
Let's help him.
It's terrible. I understand. I want to. But not like this. This is no good.
Okay,
It's just not.
okay, guys, everybody.
Can't be part of it.
Everybody, that was a very good performance. I'm going to give you later. It was a good hypothetical. I just wanted to see what he was
Listen,
going to say.
you guys want to do this.
We all know
You
it.
leave me out of it.
We all
okay?
know we're not going to do it. So it was just the thing we were saying. So,
Listen, I don't want to know anything about it.
Yeah.
All right? You leave me out of it. If you guys want to try some crazy scheme, just leave me out of it. Okay? There's a way that we can get Arky back
Yeah.
on
Well,
the up and up,
yeah. You know what? I'll start looking.
and I will do what I can.
I'll start looking at something
But-
right away.
I have too much responsibility
Of
here.
course. I'll start figuring out
that's just
something.
not-
And if I get something in mind, I'll run it by you, and then we'll do it that way.
Just leave me out of it. Okay?
Yeah. Sound good. Did you get up?
Linda, yeah. I say
She gets up
Linda,
awkwardly with you.
you could do what you like. Just
I'm just gonna.
just be careful.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna. You know.
Please, just be careful.
It's kind of like because I'm. He's a
I
leader.
know.
He's a leader of
I
No
know.
Patrol,
I
and
miss him
I'm a
too.
part of No Patrol.
I know. I miss him too. I do. And I know he meant a lot to you. I know.
So just gonna let him, rot away in that
No.
cell.
He might need some time. A little time might
He's
be
been
good.
there for 3 weeks. It's like an eternity.
That's not that long. Come on. He's Arky Fint. He's been through worse than this. You know? He'll be all right. He will be.
Okay.
Okay, so she goes back to work, and Bludgy and the Loot kind of have like a look, and then the Loot leaves, and Bludgy goes back to thinking and looking out the window. A few days pass. And Relic is still in Anwar. There's talks that he's trying to work something out with them, and you're not sure what. And
Wait, he's not in Sunken City now? Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
he wasn't in before either.
Oh, okay.
So
He's got the other guy looking out for
Rono is always
Rono
like
is
walking around.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Steve, do we have anyone else in? Okay. So you're basically just kind of chilling out and kind of doing your thing. You kind of look around the town, and not really much is really happening. You're kind of just holding down everything else. We're now going to go over to. Mr. Archie Fint. Archie.
Yeah.
We're going to start off the day that you're taken in on the vessel. This is the day that you were going in. Okay? Mm-hmm. You're being taken on, and they throw you into this is the main ship, and they throw you into a cell there. And within 5 minutes, they throw in Gallon.
Gallon.
Arky?
You can roleplay.
Are they transferring you to Rhaegar?
Together again!
Yes, truly.
Gallon and Arky. That's what they'll call us.
Oh, well. Is this for the same turnip incident or something new?
Oh, well, they didn't tell me. We're not afforded that luxury when we're thrown in jail. I mean, I thought I'd spend some time in a prison cell for stealing some rations, but now I'm being transferred to Rhaegar?
The tyranny of Belamon and Rhaegarian leadership knows no bounds. Arresting people without telling them the nature of their crimes
I mean,
or their sentence.
I thought I'd spend the night in the cooler, maybe. I don't know what these jails are like in Rhaegar. Have you heard the tales of the jails in Rhaegar?
All I know of Rhaegar is a terrible place of deceit and blasphemy. At least that was my main experience there.
Blasphemy.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you see guards coming down, Gnomish guards. And again, this is right after when you guys are about to leave, from last week. And you see them carrying the body of the gun wizard. And
The body?
The body. It looks like he might be either dead or unconscious. And they bring him in, and they throw him into the cell. They take all his wands and his guns off, and they throw him into the cell next to you.
Died in all the action.
Can we see into the next cell?
They throw you into the cell with you.
Oh, he's in the cell with us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I check him. Is he really dead? Is he cold?
No, he's not dead. He's unconscious.
He lives.
Gun wizard.
I start to shake him, slap him.
He's not coming to.
He just needs to rest. He has sacrificed a lot for our cause.
He was amazing.
And he was once a man of ill repute.
Ill repute.
Indeed. A trickster of the most cunning and devious nature, but to see him change like this and fight for liberty warms my heart.
Okay.
See how our numbers swell, Gallon.
Swell. So what do we do now? Are we just stuck here?
Well, we are stuck on this ship for the moment, and we must see what happens in Rhaegar, but look at this as a great opportunity.
We'll see what happened. You broke us out of prison every time we got thrown in. Can't you have someone else come and break us out? Like now, or when we get to Rhaegar, rather than just see what happens?
Maybe, well, the important thing, Alan, is that we have been given an opportunity to let everyone know what's really going on and the dangers the world faces. All right, let the sunken city know now, Rhaegar. They must be saved next.
What are we telling people?
About everything, with Belamon and how bad he is and how I was fighting for freedom and justice.
Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. You guys are talking for a while, just coming to terms with the new reality of it, and apparently you're destined to be cell buddies for a very long time. Is something else you want to say?
I mean, I could go on for a while longer.
I know you're good. That's why I got to cut it.
Oh.
So you have a 3-day, well, actually a 2-day journey. 2-day journey back to Rhaegar. During that time, the gun wizard wakes up. And he's just like, the next day, he basically sleeps the rest of the day, and he gets up, and he's just holding his head the next day. He just looks around.
He's awake.
Hey, Arky. Listen, I did what I could. I'm sorry that I couldn't keep you out of this mess.
You were wonderful out there, but I don't understand. I mean, I know why I'm here, but couldn't Relic arrange for you to be let go?
I went through the streets. I was taking out the gnomes, left and right, trying to free all the suits. I got too close to the ships. I think they took me out.
Does anyone even know you're here?
I don't know.
Grave situation indeed. Relic, I think, does not possess the political knowledge to be able to handle this. I fear he's... though his purpose may be noble, I fear he's ill-suited to such a leadership role.
Hopefully we'll figure something out. Listen, I feel like in the past that I've let you down. You come through Anwar the first time, and even as that Meet Murphy character, whoever you were, when you came the last time, and I feel like I've always been not really there for you. I want you to know that. I feel like that when Anwar, I helped Anwar come into existence. When I did that, I felt like we had a place that was for everyone who wanted to be free of the ancients. But after I did that, then I started to worry about it, and I started worrying about keeping it. So we never talked about it, but I just want to say I'm sorry because I feel like that I should have been there for you, and I wasn't when you guys needed me the most. And I let the Rook into Anwar and let them follow you with their assassins and their guards and such. So I hope this pays back anything I could to help you move forward.
Of course. Well, it is those who came from the lowest that have proven to be of the truest spirit. Like Galen, a simple turnip thief. Or you, a bad gun wizard. Now, the guy who freed Arky almost. Well, you did. So...
I don't know if I was a bad gun wizard. I was...
Not anymore.
Okay, Arky.
I'm a little more than just a turnip thief.
Indeed he is.
So you guys are befriending each other, talking. You make the journey to Rhaegar, and you're being brought in, and they bring you up to the throne room where Bellarmine was. So you're sitting there, and a lot of the gnomes are there, and the gnomes seem to be really, really angry at you. So you're hearing chitter chatter from all the gnomes, and you're hearing that apparently who's going to sit in for Bellarmine, because it's a king, and there's who else is there? So it looks like they're having you're hearing like chatter again, and you're in that room. This is the room with the big clock on it, the mechanical clock that's going forward. So it's Galen. You're just in with them. it's Galen, it's Arky, and it's the gun wizard, and you're all there. And they see apparently they're bringing in some sort of diplomat. So the diplomat,
boy.
the diplomat is walking in right now, and the diplomat looks somewhat familiar. Let's go to that diplomat live right here
Yes.
on chat. Welcome to the chat,
right,
Doug.
now.
Yes! All right.
Is that? Oh my gosh! It's been so long. Is that Botorius? Is that? These my friends?
No, but Torres isn't there.
I'm actually not in
Oh, he's
that
not.
room,
Oh,
but
okay. I'm sorry. I
it's
apologize.
okay. It's good to
So
see you.
it's Dan as an NPC. Dan is not Holgar here. Dan is an NPC.
Okay,
He's a
gotcha.
gnome. He's a.
Fair enough.
You're being told by one of the advisors.
Sir, so this is Galen is just with them. We don't know his allegiance, but he's some sort of small-time thief. Arky Finter, you may know, diplomat, and the gun wizard is in charge of Anwar, and apparently they're going to tell you what's going on. We're just going up to speed, but apparently the mighty king is imprisoned in Sunken City, and it's up to you, whatever you want to do, because we got to figure something out.
So they walk them up, and now you can role play.
All right. So you're getting me all up to speed then.
Yes. Well, I could explain everything if you'd like.
If you could, I got to make some massive decisions. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a diplomat, and I'm kind of important now.
Of course. Well, I guess I'll start with the big news. Sadly to say, Bellarmine has become a mad tyrant of the highest level and has betrayed his people, and all that is good in Indaria. He has led the army of Rhaegar and a good many gnomes to take part in the most hideous and unspeakable of acts. And in the face of such aggression, I took the lawful and entirely understandable act of a strike against an occupying force. Outnumbered though I was, I didn't hesitate to throw myself bravely into the battle.
You see another gnome stand up, and this gnome is apparently one of the lieutenants to tell his side of the story.
How can you say such awful things about Bellamont? What is wrong with you? You came in and you attacked the city, and then you tried to escape, and all these things. Like, you're crazy. Lock him up.
He murdered gnomes.
He murdered
All right.
so
Now
many gnomes on the
listen. Now
ships.
listen, everyone. All right. Now we can all calm down and be cordial and nice. There's no point in giving ourselves our angry and violent. So one at a time. No anger. Just state your facts. It looks like he did what he had to do, but there might be reasons involved. So let him speak.
So, yes, I suppose the heart of our position is that, first off, these so-called murders were deaths in the middle of a battle, so certainly they would exist outside of any sort of
A
criminal...
battle that you started. You caused.
That's
you did
right,
the
I
whole thing.
started it! So, yeah.
So out of game, Doug, ask any questions. Now, I don't think you know what's going on, but your character.
I am a little bit behind.
Yeah, so your
good.
So your character. Oh, good. So your character doesn't know, so you can ask any questions you want because you would be finding out this firsthand, which is why we're doing it exactly like this. So ask anything you want to ask, and you'll need to make a ruling at the end. This is Rob's big chance to get his trial and speech. So here you go, Damien. You're going to be on the opposite side, and whoever wins, I'll give 200 experience points. So.
Whoa.
Oh. Okay, so what is Rob's character's name? I forget.
Arky Fint.
Arky Fit?
Fint.
Fit.
Fint. F-I-N-T.
Oh, F-I-N-T. Fint. Gotcha. Okay. And who is the other character's name?
He's one of your lieutenants. Brooke.
Oh, the lieutenant gnome. Okay.
Brooke, what's his name?
Who, the lieutenant?
Yeah.
Link T.
Link T. It's Lieutenant
Link T and
Lieutenant
Fint.
Link T.
Like thing.
So he's just one of many. So the advisor comes over to you and he goes, "Sir, so apparently what's been going on is that the crystal-born suits that the Rhaegar, our kingdom, was taxed to make for the Red Knight's lands. We were supposed to make 1 million suits. So we brought all the suits over there and we brought them into Sunken City because the Sunken City is now taken over by the Red City and they control it. So we're going to try to make the delivery. So Bellamont, our king, was there to make the delivery to the suits. But the suits revolted and they came alive. Arky Fint, who's in charge of Sunken City, went up into the air and just started attacking us. When King Bellamont said that they weren't trying to take over anything, they were just trying to deliver the suits and do it safely. And Arky Fint flew up into the air, flew down to our ships, attacked them. He burned and murdered some of our gnomes on the ships and everything else. And then we started firing back at them. They then jailed Arky Fint, took control of him. The suits took over Sunken City. They gave us Arky Fint, and they took our king, King Bellamont.
He was also caught trying to plan to murder Bellamont. He had a plot that he was trying to enact with the I don't know, that other guy, but he had a plan that he was trying to murder Bellamont.
Let us show that the witness is hazy on some of the details.
It's true.
These are
he was
quite
caught
some. These are
red-handed.
quite some extreme accusations, and Arky Fint, you think what would you say is not true of what they're saying right now? Because I'm taking the murder of gnomes and unprovoked attacks pretty seriously.
Of course. Of course. This is a very serious issue. Bellamont and the Red Knight have made a mad and unholy alliance to enslave the souls of all the dead and turn them into their own personal army.
He's talking about putting crystals into suits, which become sentient. The crystal-born, these suits that are alive.
And so I apologize. He did this, or that's what happened with the suits?
So the gnomes are making them now. So the gnomes and Rhaegar are making the suits. They're putting these crystals, soul crystals, inside of them, and the suits are becoming alive. But one of the suits is taken like leadership, and now is like saying, you can't trap these people, these souls. They're alive. They're sentient. It's kind of like Data in Star Trek.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it's exactly that episode. The Measure of a Man, it's called. It's exactly that. So Arky just got on the tails of like these people are alive. They shouldn't be it. The problem is that he attacked and he killed gnomes of Rhaegar. And Rhaegar was trying to make the delivery. And delivery was supposed to go all the way to Red City, but it couldn't go there, so they went to Sunken City instead. And all this stuff, just all these crazy situations went down. So keep going. I'll fill you in if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Yes, so as these enslaved spirits began to break free, I could not do anything but dedicate myself to freeing them from this cruel oppression. Now, stop my customer's call.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Sorry, nothing. So, after I negotiated, me and Botorius, of course, the great hero Botorius.
Oh, I know him. He's one of my best friends.
Indeed.
I haven't
We
seen
all
him in years, though.
know him to be a dwarf of the greatest honor and reputation. So pretty much everything I did was essentially done at his request. So remember that.
Wow.
Then, after we were discussing Relic as what to be done, Bellamon suddenly announces that me and Botorius were banished from the Sunken City, manned the walls, and claimed possession of the city. So now my homeland...
You were caught trying to plot against Bellamon. That's why he banned you from the city.
Bellamon holds no power in the Sunken City.
You were plotting to kill him.
Now, hold on.
What do you
Neil.
know?
Now, one second.
That's what I was
You're
told.
saying that Botorius gave you the okay on what you did.
Botorius...
Is that what I'm understanding?
I want to recall his words exactly, so allow me a moment to reflect upon our last conversation, and hopefully not to be the last I ever have with him. But
Choose your words carefully.
yes, I believe what he said was, "Good luck, Arky." I don't think I can go with you. Only you,
Yes.
with your suit, can launch this operation. Leave me here. They need you. And that was the last I saw of him. He was
Now,
waving.
listen, all right. Yeah, I might not have all the details and the facts here, but it sounds like you kind of took those words out of context and committed mass murder.
The people start cheering. You're like, yeah, that's right. That's what he's saying.
And as I look back at
Murder!
Botorius,
Murder!
the last, forget about Botorius. Me and Botorius decided we had to free the Sunken City from Bellamon. A question here. How many in this room knew that Bellamon planned to launch an assault upon the Sunken City? None. Yes. Keeping lies from his old
Do you have any
people.
proof of this?
Proof. An army. A mayor banished. Great heroes. Wanted men. Yes. Yes, I have proof of this. And
We were making a delivery. It wasn't an assault.
a delivery. Is that what you call it?
We were delivering the suits.
I'll no longer stand for this innocence that you all claim. Anyone who are supporters of Bellamon were complicit in his criminal, dare I say, horrific acts.
Diplomat, I want to speak. Well, just ask him who fired first.
Thank you very much for that suggestion, but I will come to my own questions. Who fired first?
I believe the first move was made when Bellamon manned the walls of the Sunken City and declared Botorius and I outlaw and sought to perform grievous harm upon us. So, Bellamont, yes.
DV looks to the lieutenant. Is this true?
It's true. Well, we were up on the wall and we banned them. Bellamont banned the two of them from the city because they were overheard plotting against him, planning to murder or kidnap Bellamont. And once Bellamont found that out, he banned them from the city. They were plotting against him. He had to. He was trying to make this transaction, do his part, and here was these two fellows trying to disrupt that and destroy everything that he was doing.
Fans at home, I'm going to let you guys shout out things. You guys can play gnomes in the crowd and shout out things. I will shout them out for you. And then, so let me know. So the first one comes in here from Charles. One of them says, this is obviously they have to be people who are on the ship, other gnomes that are on the ship with you. One of them goes, Bellamont fired first when he fired upon the crystal boy at the gate. So one of them screams out.
All right, so it sounds like, I mean, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the most important decisions I've ever had to make in my entire life. And I do not take this lightly. So I'm going to need as many details as I can, because it sounds like both parties are a little bit at fault. And I don't mean to say that, but people have died. And on one side, you say you were attacked, you say you were provoked into defending yourself, and the other side is saying that they were attacked and they were provoked. And at the end of the day, gnomes are dead, and it makes me quite sad. So
DV looks very distraught, and he looks to the lieutenant, and he goes,
all right, hypothetical question. If you were in Finn's shoes, what would you have done?
I don't know. He's crazy, and he betrayed Bellamont. I wouldn't do any of that.
It is Bellamont who has betrayed the people of Rhaegar.
500 stars from Nick Lurkins for Arky.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm not going to say your other sentence in there, Nick, right now, because you're it might be swaying the court.
I thought they were supposed to shout out.
Oh my God! Yeah, I do. So Josh, Joshua Gnome says, "Death to Arky."
Come on, Josh. Take it easy.
Another one says, Chuck, Arky attacked us with a flamethrower, burning us for defending our ship. Another one says, Arky's a hero, Bellamon's a tyrant. Another one says, Garrett, a king has a right to protect his kingdom. Then another one says, lies! Arky fired first before plotting to steal Bellamon's product.
That is a horrible accusation. Steal product. Do you hear, DB, how they refer to these poor Crystalborn? But we have
Well,
bigger...
I think Crystalborn is subjective, in my opinion, of whether they're sentient or not. I mean, I guess sometimes they can be considered that, but I'm trying to. The issue that I'm having right now is that I have to measure the value of the dead gnomes over the value of dead suits, and I'm having a very difficult time.
Yes, this is a difficult, and you spoke about an important decision this is, because it's not merely the fate of me and Galen here, and of course the gun wizard, but the future of Rhaegar. I mean, depending on how the ruling in this city goes, in this case, Bellamont may very well be stripped of all power, and new leadership will be required in the city.
And who would that new leadership be, in your opinion? Just out of curiosity.
Well, that is... I am more than happy as an elder statesman to give any advice to the people of Rhaegar. But certainly I do have some candidates that have thus far proven themselves to be of a great probity in nature.
I could do it.
That's
I'm his
not-
first lieutenant. I could take over for Belmont, no problem.
Yeah. See this man? This is what he brings up in doing a murder trial?
You just brought it up.
I didn't say
just
I
saying,
should have.
I'm agreeing with you. I think I'm a great choice.
I didn't say I should take the job.
I'd like to say
Right.
I'd like to say something. The Gun Wizard steps up. The Gun Wizard is known as being the leader of Anwar for many, many, many years. In the fight that Arky was in a battle in Sunken City as a neighbor and a friend of the Sunken City, and perhaps in a show to do more than I've done in the past. I was there and unfortunately did have to kill gnomes of Rhaegar. And I did that to free the suits and to help Arky. And it ended up me up here, and if that puts me into death, I understand. That's all I have to say.
Out of character, this is a very heavy decision.
Yeah. You can do anything you want. You can have this total power to sentence him to death. You can just put him in the pits in the jail. You can let him go free. But I would urge you to vote in character and vote whichever one you think. There is no wrong answer, and don't be afraid to vote anything. I would hope you'd vote.
No, that's fair
whatever you
enough.
think.
I'm all right.
So ask what you need to ask. Judge how you want to judge.
Thank you.
All right. Now, what is the total body count on both sides? Does anyone know? How many gnomes have died? How
Around
many
50,
suits?
sir.
Say that again. Sorry.
Around 50, sir.
50 gnomes have been murdered.
Yes, that was in the beginning of the battle when Arky fired upon the ships. After that, we lost a few thousand from the fight.
DV's eyes widen.
A few thousand have died. And the suits? How many suits were there that were destroyed?
Probably a few hundred.
DV, give me a second. I'm thinking this through on some questions he could ask. I mean, it seems like.
I'll give you a second to think. So some other people are shouting some things out. One of them goes, Richard the Gnome goes, Davey, you should be the king. Oni says, it shouldn't matter, Arky is the governor of Sunken City. He should be in his right to arrest anyone within his city. When Bellarmine took the walls in the city, it was a hostile action versus the Red Kingdom. Stephen, Gnome justice now. Arky must swing. Wow. Brutal. Derek, he works for the Red Knight. Does killing him constitute an act of war? And Nick, another one, says, Arky defended his city against Bellarmine's invasion. Free the Fint. So clearly, all across the board, people are screaming things.
Yeah, it's DV takes in the crowd, and tries to find reason, and he goes,
I'm in a tough position because on one side we have suits that may or may not be sentient. It's all objective or subjective to people. You know, it could be, it could not be. And then we have on the other side thousands of gnomes that were murdered over what could have been an honest misunderstanding because they were just delivering something, from what I understand. And then then Bellarmine attacked first, or somebody else attacked first. I can't get all the details. And this is one of those decisions that I'm sealing the fate of one or the other.
I just read Chuck's comment. Sorry.
I was laughing too. Chuck says as a female, Arky, have my baby. I don't want to break flow for that, but
No, it's
yeah.
fine. I just glanced over and I caught my eye and it made me laugh.
Another one says, do you really want to wage war on the Red Knight? And another one says, blatant nomophobia.
Why can't we just have a fair trial in all this? Why does it have to be an absolute decision? But it's like I've gotten all the details I think that I need to make the decision that I need to make.
And remember, DB, that it's more than the fate of these three who stand before you now that your decision will affect. Yeah?
Me too?
Yeah, it's more than about us, Galen. It's not just your life at stake here.
Oh, no.
It is the future of all of Andaria. In which side will Rhaegar stand? The power of Dragano flourishes. Kingdoms are falling around the world. Where do the people of Rhaegar stand? With a glorious future or with a tyrannical past?
Out of curiosity, and this is for, like, if Devi would know this or not, who has the stronger army?
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar?
Rhaegar has a ton of gnomes in the mountain fortress, and as is their kingdom. It's almost, it would take probably like 10 gnomes to take down one suit of armor, because they're only really prone to magic and such. But with that said, you have enough gnomes to outnumber them still.
Gotcha. Okay.
Galen, now that Galen realizes he's in danger, he shuffles forward.
So Dan's playing that little gnomish thief that's just wrapped along in this story.
Gnomes of Rhaegar. I'm just a simple turnip thief. I have no place in this world of nations and politicians. Your wars and violence frighten me.
Are you doing caveman lawyer?
Yes.
He's doing caveman lawyer.
I stand before you, a humble gnome of small beginnings. But I can tell you this. Archifint fought with noble purpose. He was freeing souls entrapped and enslaved. He was no aggressor in this war. It was the gnomes who brought those suits to the sunken city, who are acting with aggression.
They made a delivery. They were delivering the suits. They were supposed to go there.
Archie was showing the compassion and the strength and the courage that us gnomes know Archifint to show.
Yeah.
He was trying to save the sunken city and live up to his duty as the protector of the sunken city and correct these misdeeds of King Belimon. Please, see with reason. See with clear sight.
The reason that I'm having is that they are delivering the suits to this location. That was where they were supposed to be delivered, right? So the delivery was being interrupted over fanatical opinions and fanatical ideals, which erupted in violence, which caused thousands of souls to die and just hundreds of suits to be destroyed. How many suits are left in the kingdom right now?
In Sunken City, the delivery would have been, I think, about 30, 40, something like that, 1,000 suits. And the whole order is supposed to be 1 million suits. And I think they have a couple 100,000 delivered already.
So there's still a couple 100,000 suits that are still here, right? Or they're not here yet. They're on the way.
He looks at the paperwork. He goes, many have not been completed yet, and there's probably about 50,000 down below on levels 48 through 57. That's me.
He DB looks to Fent, and he goes, and what would you have us do with these suits currently that are on those lower levels that were just discussed?
If they have not yet been activated, then I would say to let them rest. But any that have been already granted awareness should be given the choice of freedom or return to their prior state.
this is probably. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't on this decision. I'm going to be hated on one side or the other. And I'm going to have to consider. It's hard not to be biased about this, not because they're gnomes, but because they're living and breathing. On the other hand, it is possible. I cannot dismiss the fact that those suits could be sentient beings, essentially slaves, for lack of better words. So I have to consider both avenues. The only thing, though, the facts of the matter, the facts that I know for sure, is that gnomes have soul, or the gnomes are living, breathing people. Those suits may or may not be living and breathing, or be sentient, for lack of better words. And a couple hundred suits, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, a couple hundred suits were destroyed. There's still hundreds of thousands that are going to be delivered that are not activated, from what Fent told me. So they're dormant.
They are activated.
Oh, they are activated.
Any of the ones
Okay.
that are downstairs, that once they're built and completed, they start becoming alive.
Okay, gotcha. This might be a silly question, but can the suits speak?
Yes.
They can.
And they're all on different levels of sentience, from some that are very much awake and very much like as sentient as us right now, and some that are still on the lower levels where they almost consider automaton making their own decisions, but it's almost like they're barely awake.
All right. With that, DB says, are there any suits that were involved in this altercation, this violent act, this riot, or whatever you want to call it, that we can question?
We didn't. One of the
They're still in the sunken city.
one of the lieutenants goes, "There's no other suits are here. The delivery was made, so they're all there, and then they fought back."
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's
All right, so
all right.
back to what DV was saying about weighing these options. At the end of the day, I have to consider the fact of what was a greater loss. And right now, thousands of souls versus hundreds of potential souls are. I can't dismiss that. Now the other thing though is that who fired first? I'm getting both different stories, so I can never actually uncover that truth because I wasn't there, and everybody's having different opinions. So I can't use that. I can't use that as an actual basis on who's at fault. So at the end of the day, I have to look at the greatest loss and how that's impacting everybody. DV sighs heavily. He looks to both sides. It doesn't look like he's leaning on both sides or not. He's just kind of equally giving them attention, and he says, I believe I'm going to have to side with the gnomes. So,
Mighty diplomat, what will be your ruling? What would be your verdict for Archifent, the gun wizard, and the thief Galen? And then your ruling for the suits.
oh, geez. All right, so as far as the fates of the suits, or the rulings on the suits that have been destroyed have been destroyed. The rest of them, if the delivery was made and they're still to be delivered, and their purpose is being fulfilled, then we'll continue that. As far as the three people in question, three, right?
Yes. What about the suits below?
Would the suits below know about the violence that took place?
No.
Okay.
This is the first hearings of it. Like your character doesn't know anything about it because it just happened. They just got off the boat.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so your ruling is obviously a huge decision. You're feeling the weight of it, of course. But you need to make the decision as if you were king, because you're one of the few diplomats that's actually in Rhaegar right now, and therefore the most qualified they would give it to. So you have to make a ruling on the suits in whatever capacity you wish, just so they know what to do because of Rhaegar, the policy, they know which way to go, and then of course on each person, kill, jail.
So I could like make a ruling like decommission the suits.
You can do any ruling you want to make on them. You can, and on each person you need to basically say kill, jail, or set free.
Oh, jeez. Hopefully, no one puts a hit out on DV after his decision. So
just do it. Stay in
crazy.
character and be true to your character. Whatever you think.
Oh my god.
There's no wrong answer.
that's the fun thing, for lack of a better word. It's like DV's never had to make
It's great for your
decisions.
character. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
the
excited.
suits. So, and just to make sure I understand, so I could decommission the suits. I could leave the suits as is, or keep them.
Imagine you're king and you can just say anything you want, and they're going to do it.
Okay, I see.
You're the interim king in a sense.
Should
Okay.
he be told anything as far as like?
You can ask questions. Any
plans
question you
or
want to ask
anything
me.
For them, or, okay.
You know the suits. The suits. It's a lot of money to Rhaegar. The most money Rhaegar's ever seen, and it was offered up to another kingdom, and it's 1 million suits. They've delivered a couple 100,000. There's a couple 100,000, down there below in Rhaegar, and the rest you haven't made yet because you haven't made them yet. And the suits pretty much just only know to listen to people when they're created, but when told sentience, given freedom, obviously in Sunken City they were taking freedom, of course.
Okay. All right. As far as the suits that are below, I decree that I can't dismiss the fact that they may be living and sentient. I can't dismiss that. It's not exactly a fact. It's not exactly a truth because I can't necessarily prove it. But there might be people that can prove it. So the suits that are below, I decree that they be questioned, and the ones that truly seem sentient, that can think for themselves, maybe set them free. Maybe let them live a life.
Yes.
So what's that?
I said yes. Well, please continue.
On the other hand, on the other side, I cannot dismiss the lives that were lost and the gnomes' lives that were lost. That's a tragedy. They had families, they had friends. They've left an impact, and a hole is missing in people's hearts because they've been dead. Unfortunately, I can't actually place the guilt on anybody. But I have to. So I'm gonna have to say
Sorry, Doug. We're just reading Rob's face.
Rob's going through a whirlwind of
brilliant.
emotions right
Yeah,
now.
it's great. Look at him.
Steve, don't be afraid to get some Rob reaction over here.
It's great.
Vote as DV. Vote as DV's responsibility, and do not worry about whatever vote you're going to make.
okay. Okay. I'm getting into my character's head, and I'm making this decision. At the same time too, I'm still trying to think, have I asked enough questions? Have I gotten enough data and information to make regardless of what people's opinions on it is, a fair and rational decision? And it's difficult to decide this, because it's literally like fates of nations or fates of kingdoms could be hanging in the balance on this decision. And so
Yeah.
So now I have another conundrum. Thousands of lives of the gnomes lost, but there's also hundreds of thousands of suits that could potentially be sentient, that could potentially be alive. All right. Could I like?
You can vote any way you want.
Okay. Well, I also don't want to. I don't want to
You
put
can't.
you in a position where
No, you
you
can't.
would have to have me back on because I'm making a different decision or not. I don't want to throw a wrench in anything.
No, don't worry about that. Don't ever play the game when you're playing here that you worry about how I'm going to react or have to
Okay.
work around. Just make
Fair
your
enough.
decision.
That's good to know. I think I think both parties are guilty, but I think I need to get you guys. I think both of you guys need. I think everybody needs to be detained until I get some more information.
Sir, we need to make a ruling right now. If we don't, all the people of Rhaegar are going to revolt.
Okay.
So on the trial of they're saying that he murdered a lot of gnomes. That's pretty serious consequences here.
And others say, who are we as Rhaegarians? Do we back automatically the slave trading Bellamon and his mariners of death? That is for you to decide, good DV.
I'm going to have to. DV sighs heavily, and he's visibly shaken, visibly bothered, and he's been going back and forth.
Arky, is he gonna kill us? Maybe.
He seems to be on the fence about it.
I can't die in Rhaegar.
I can't dismiss the fact that the gnomes are dead. I'm gonna have to go on the side of the gnomes. But as far as the sentencing goes, as far as the guilt is concerned, I can't exactly say that you're guilty. You acted in a way that you felt was right and necessary and justified. But tragedy occurred because of those decisions that you've made. So whether it was an accident, whether it was purpose, whether it was malicious, tragedy befell the decision that you made and the choices that you made. So you have to be punished for the tragedies that occurred, for the lives that were lost.
He killed 50 gnomes.
Wait, okay, I guess I'm confused. I know 50 died, but there was like thousands died as well.
50. So Arky took Bellamin's actions as telling Arky he's a traitor of the Red Knight and of that other kingdom and Rhaegar, and Arky ran with that, and Arky started firing upon the Rhaegarian ships and killed a bunch of gnomes.
Oh, I see.
And eventually, it led to other circumstances. Eventually, after that, it stopped for a second, and then led to a full-on battle, and then thousands died.
I see.
And
Okay.
those are the facts you're getting from before you walked up.
Okay. Yeah, he killed 50 gnomes, but it resulted in thousands of gnomes dying. Arky, I can't sentence you to death. I can't justify a death sentence for you. But I have to punish you. You have to think on the crimes that you committed, on the violence that was done, and the deaths that are at your hands. So I sentence you what race is Arky?
Gnome, they're all gnomes.
Oh, all gnomes. Okay, just making sure.
Sunken City is just a gnomish city that's not a part of Rhaegar.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Arky, I sentence you to 25 years. in jail. And your accomplices are going to get 15 years. And the suits down below are going to be I want them to be questioned to see if there are any that are truly sentient and self-thinking, and those can be set free. The rest get decommissioned. And who else am I missing?
That's it. You did the three of them.
Okay. And this is my final ruling. It's not what everybody wants. It's not the perfect solution. But at the end of the day, I can't sentence somebody to death that made a choice that they thought was justified. But I can't also ignore that tragedy that befell. So this is my final ruling, and this is my decision. And then I don't know if he has a gavel or
You got
something.
it. Clap
but-
your hands for it.
Say that?
You can just clap your hands for the gavel. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Everybody erupts into like all various things. Some people are upset. Some people are happy. Some people are angry. And that is where we're going to end Audio Dungeon. Rob's feeling unsatisfied.
Yell something
Yeah,
as they bring you away
Go
to
ahead,
the
Rob.
jails. You
What-
want to yell stuff?
Yes, I did.
Go ahead. They're pulling you away.
The Bellamon's thugs got what they deserve. We claim the right to use preemptive attacks against all tyrants in this world. And DV, you have made a terrible mistake. You have betrayed the people of Rhaegar, and you will be next. You will be next, DV. They'll come for you. We cannot be silent.
Just something tells me. I guess we won't be friends.
That's right, Galen. He's gonna get it.
Oh, you.
Wow, now you're threatening diplomat?
You are gonna have a revolution on your hands once this gets out into the streets. Go, people of Rhaegar! Tell your citizens the tyrants you live under.
Arky, come on, let's go.
Okay,
let's go finish your book. Come on.
Arky, I'll end it on this since now we've given you the extra 30 seconds. They take you down into one of the lower levels, all three of you, and they have these like holes in the grounds where there's like an elevator, but it's very small. It's only like with the gnomes too, it's smaller, but it's probably about 5 feet in like a circle, and you all get on with them. The guards have pistols, and you guys just lower down, and you lower down like something like 100 levels, like, and all it is every time a level pops up, there's 3 cells, like a triangle, in each one. And when you come up, it's kind of like an elevator in like a department in New York City, where it's like right there, just the elevator's right there. There's no hallways, just the gate, 3 gates. And each level, it's the same thing. And there's people in there. They're sitting there just like chilling out in jail, like withering away. They bring you down to one of the lower levels, to the 111th level.
Oh, wow.
And they open the gate to one of the doors, and they push you, the gun wizard, and Galen into it. And they close the door. And that is where we end the episode.
Man.
Thank you so much
That
to
was-
Doug.
Oh.
Doug, thank you
That
so
was
much for
amazing.
coming on
Doug,
today.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure coming back. I missed you guys.
Great to
and
see you, man.
thank you very much for putting the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life.
It's just a game.
I do not envy kings.
Oh man, I think Doug Dog's gonna come on for like a little happy. Oh, play TV, I'll be fun for a while. Like, I literally,
Yeah, exactly.
I gave you the hardest
this will be
moral
great.
quandary.
He's a little diplomat. He'll talk about his exciting day in his life, and turned into hey, people are gonna hate me.
No, they
That was great, man.
They know
Great
how
job.
they know how we are. I mean, they
Yeah,
know
it was
that the story is the story. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, it was a heavy decision, but I had a blast. Thank you very much,
That was
guys.
awesome.
I'd love
Great
to.
job,
I'd love
man.
to
You did
know.
great.
I'd love to know for anyone who's curious right now, how close did you get to killing Arky?
I was when I first heard about, or when DV, I'm saying but when DV first heard about the gnomes that were dead, the thousands of gnomes that resulted in the death, DV couldn't help but get think that he was a mass murderer, and he, I'm sweating right now because this decision, you can actually see it right now.
That's what they go through every week.
You
Yeah.
need some Tums.
Yeah, and but he was pretty close to sentencing him to death. But after he realized,
Because
like after deliberating it a little bit, he couldn't. He felt that Arky wasn't actually doing it maliciously to murder somebody because he's evil. He was doing it because he felt justified. He felt like he was defending his city and stuff like that. But it seemed, Deevy's opinion is that it seemed like it was a giant misunderstanding, and that misunderstanding caused a tragedy.
Right.
Like
There's still
incredible
responsibility.
tragedy, incredible loss.
Right.
So that's where he came with this decision.
You did a fantastic job. You did a perfect job
Yeah.
because you
It really was
you're
great.
unbiased. You came in and you made the decision. You got the facts and you went with it. And it was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
So
Okay, thank you.
great job, man. That was
yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you,
that's
Doug.
awesome.
Thank you so much for Doug to come on the show. Thank you to the crew. Thank you,
See you guys
staff.
later.
Thank you to sponsors. Thank you for donations today from the fans, guys. We'll
In the world of Andaria, heroes are born and will come together to save